Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Lush and Farms. Today I'm basically starting a new playlist on my channel. It's how to grow. So basically the first video in that playlist is basically my how to grow dragon fruit video. To be there if you go check it out. It will be on my channel page and everything. But today I'll be showing you guys how to grow beans, like your classic bush beans. As you all know, you get two types of beans that I know of. Vine climbing beans, also known as runner beans or bush beans. So bush beans, what they do, they basically form bushes. Unlike the runner beans where they'll just send vines out, like vines that grow all over the place. So I'll show you guys quite now what I've been wanting to make a video for, and I'll show you guys how to grow it, process you need to do, and yeah, the harvest. They're quite large harvests, but I haven't got anything to harvest right now, so yeah, I'll show you guys the harvest in some one of my future allotment videos, or another part 2. There will be a part 2 of this. So yeah, let's get going, guys. Okay guys, so beans are actually part of the legume family, where in their roots they have special nodes which pull nitrogen out from the air and put it into the soil. So it's automatically giving itself nitrogen. So yeah, we'll be going in we'll be doing several parts of here. First you'll go over nutrients, sunlight, soil, temperature and everything. Then we'll go over pests and basically diseases, what they would prefer. Then maybe we'll go after harvesting on what you do once you get the harvest. Okay. And if you guys want to see those parts, there'll be timestamps in the description. Please check that out if you guys want to see it, different parts of this. Okay. Okay guys, so by the first part, so first we're going to talk about it as your placement, where you want to place it. The many factors where you have to place it, you have to depend on how hot it is during the seasons when you plant it, or basically how much sunlight they get, or the soil. So what I've done, because it gets so hot and during the day, it tends to burn the sides of the leaves. It still does it here, as you can see. Some of the leaves here sides are burnt because of the sun. It still gets a bit too hot, but it's placed in partly shade. That's what I prefer. Even over there, you can see some of the leaves are curling over, which tend to burn, which is still burning the leaves. Also here too. You see the black part around there? That's the leaf burn. That's what you gotta watch out for. I don't know the specific temperature where they start to burn, but if it gets too hot during long periods of sun in the day, then yeah, they will tend to burn the leaves. Even though they do like at least a good 3 to 4 hours of sunlight a day, but it depends on how hot it is. So, next up is the nutrients. As I might have told you earlier before, the roots bring nitrogen into the soil, which then allows for leaf growth. Once they get about this several leaves in, like this mature leaf here, once they make about several of those, you might want to introduce some phosphorus and potassium. For phosphorus is to make leaf growth, to induce flowering, so it can make its fruit, which will be the beans once we harvest them. After the nutrients, once that's basically done, you want to get like a nice rich bone meal or kelp fertilizer, which would be very good for them. That's what they like, nitrogen rich with phosphorus. That's their favorite. Now watering, they only require like water like twice a week. Then they're not that really picky on the amount of water they get as well. So that's also a bonus side as well. There's some varieties are drought tolerant, which they're quite good at. Okay. Now temperature. Yeah, they do like to live in most of them like to live in some. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so yeah, so most of them usually like to live in subtropical zones, but they do tend to like subtropics and yeah, basically somewhere that's nice cool weathers and everything, cool climates, as you might know. Like here in South Africa where I live. In the coastal region of South Africa, you do get a subtropics. This is where they love growing. I've grown this for about a few years now, about 2 or 3 years, and they do quite well. So yeah. Okay, I think that's done for the first part, guys. So yeah, let me just get on to the second part. Okay guys, so for the second part, I will be telling you guys about the pests and diseases. So these bush beans don't necessarily get a lot of diseases. They only usually get blight or black rot. I think it's black rot that affect the beans. The blight's usually on the leaves, which then start affecting the beans and killing the plant. So I'm not too sure on what diseases it gets because I haven't experienced any of the diseases just yet. But blight and black rot. Okay. Also, now for the pests, you do get some beetles which do eat inside the leaves. I've had might have shown you here or somewhere. They do tend to eat the sides of the leaves, which then they also like flowers and the fruit as well. Gotta watch out for it's like the small brown beetle. I don't know its name. I haven't confirmed it yet. But yeah. Now here's an interesting pest. You can see all those little dots there on the leaf over here. All these little dots. If you turn underneath, you can see a bit of some spider mites. Yes, these are very susceptible to spider mites during the summer in hot and dry weather. Yeah, that can be a bit of a problem because especially through a large patch of beans like me, like I've done here. They tend to do it quite a lot. So yeah, yeah, but to sort out most of the pests and diseases, you do need to mix a bit of water with a few tablespoons of dishwash liquid, along with neem oil. Neem oil will do the best against spider mites and aphids. Yeah, and they can get infected with aphids. I've noticed a few aphids here, but I've already taken care of them as well. It's also one of the earliest stages of beans here that have just started sprouting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, guys, I mean this video is almost done. So once you go into harvesting the beans, so what you got to do when you harvest the beans, you just want to pick them early. You don't want to wait for them to dry out or something like that, because when the more you pick, the more harvest you're gonna get, more beans you can get. So after you pick the bean, it just gonna make some new flowers afterwards, and then it will just start producing more fruit, more and more. So you're gonna carry on harvesting. To get the best harvest, like plant a big patch of beans like this, like how I've done. Instead of planting like 3 or 4, don't, unless they're runner beans, because they get huge. Plant a big patch like this with bush beans, then you can get a lot of beans, even enough for something that you can even give away or even donate some. Yeah, because this plant produces a lot of beans, especially this variety, which is the pinto variety. They're one of the most common variety of bush beans. And yeah, that's the only problem with bush beans. So when they get bush and they shade out the other ones, that's the only problem. So if you get the correct spacing, which I clearly didn't do here, they will thrive. So if you take it into note, we get the right climate, with the least pests and diseases, and the right harvesting time, then you'll have a thriving bean plant. Look just like this, guys. So yeah, that's like pretty much it for this video of how to grow bush beans. If you guys want a second part which goes into detail of how to grow bush beans, or if you want to have a video on how to grow runner beans, which is basically almost the same here, except you've also got to apply a trellis, and it's got a little bit more specific growing conditions for runner beans. So yeah, if you guys would like to see another part, leave a comment below. If you guys have any other tips for other people reading the comments for how to grow bush beans, leave it in the comments section below. So if you guys have enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!